Just let us wait because recording is getting started. It's started now. Okay, now hopefully my desktop is visible. Now you all know that we have what do you call where is the you know that we need to use the Apache Tomcat server. Now I have installed my Apache Tomcat server inside the my D drive, and it's in program files, Apache soft. Is the screen visible? I mean, the what do you call the content on the screen? Okay, okay. Now Apache Software Foundation. Within Apache Software Foundation, we have Apache Tomcat. Sometimes it will only say Tomcat and the version. And then inside that, we have something known as what do you call web apps. Now, in this web apps, we need to create our application or a web application more specifically. Now, we have been using some name as a web application for the web application. In the class, we had used some name. What was that? Can anybody remember? Okay, anyway, what we will do is we will try to create a folder with the name as what do we call let's say my student my student app. So let us create a folder here, my student app. So within this folder we will be having all our HTML files and the servlets and so at appropriate places. Now inside this what do you call my student folder, we need to create a web inf folder. So web-inf is in capital case, and inside web-inf we will be creating a folder with the name as classes and another folder with the name as lib. Though this lib folder we will not be using for time being, but let us have the hierarchy. Now apart from this, the important file is web.xml. So I will not create web.xml by hand. What it is much better for us to get the, within your web apps folder, you will be having, what do you call, you will be having the, there is an example folder, here, within web apps, within our web apps folder, there is an examples folder, or you may find some other folders which will already have your web.xml file. So what I'm going to use is go to the web-inf and then copy this web.xml file and come back to my student app folder. In this, inside the web-inf, I'm going to paste this. Now let me open this up for editing in a notepad. Now, is the text visible or should I increase the font? Okay, just visible. No problem. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, what we will do is obviously we need to have this XML part. So we will keep this first. Sorry. So we will keep this first line as it is. The next line, it's a comment. So we will remove this comment. we will have this web hyphen app, but we will not have all these namespaces because it will start confusing. I mean, it will be confusing for us, starts confusion. So I'm going to remove everything from here, even the version, except that I will close this web hyphen app. Then you can, if you want, you can keep this description as well as the display name, or you can remove it, doesn't matter. Now, all these filter tags, I mean, apart from servlet and servlet mapping, your web.xml file can have other tags also. For example, filter, filter mapping, even for JSP to define the tag lib for JSP. So I'm going to just remove all these filters as well as listeners and all. I will keep the servlet block, or just one servlet block, and then let me remove all the rest of the servlets. I'll also keep one of the servlet mapping part and remove the rest of the other servlet, rest of all the other tags. Now, if you look at here, we also have JSP config where where we can define tag libs. That is, yesterday we talked about the tag lib, that is the tag libraries, which we can define our own tag library, or we can also use some third-party tag library. So I'm going to remove everything till the end except the /web-app file. So this is my web.xml file. I'm going just closing it. Let us not bother about what we have right now over here. We'll come back later. So let us close this. So now what I have is my student app is my web application. Inside this web application, I have web-inf. Inside that, I have classes. Inside these classes, I'll be having servlets. I also have web.xml file as well as lib folder. Now let me run the Apache Tomcat server. Now, you may install Apache Tomcat server on different port or such things, but I'm trying to start it on I'm trying to start on port 9090. Let me open the web browser. And I'll be using local host 9090. And here, what is that? Let me go to the app manager. Now I have a different password and username set. Once you install, you may have a different password and username set. Now you can see here /my student app is already there, and then it says false. So let us start this part. Once I've started it, it's still false. Now this is because we will see the the error over here. It says failed to start because some of the components are missing here. Now these components are nothing but we have still not have not created a servlet. So I'm getting some errors over here. It says I have not named that chat servlet so and so, because that's a problem in my web.xml file. Anyway, it doesn't bother about that. Now let us come back. Now what we will try to do is just a second. Okay. Where were we? We were at this place. Okay. Let me first go to the web. This one. XML file, and let me just this part. Let me give over here my servlet. Let me rectify this problem first. My servlet, and in this one also I'll just say my servlet, as well as over here also I'll remove all this part and say my servlet. Let me close this. So I mean save it and close it. I'll start my web server. Sorry, not the web server. We'll go to the manager part. Let us try to start once again. Now you can find that my student app, it's running. It says true. It's running. So let us go back. Now in this, let me try to open my application. That is my student app. And let us say new tab. Now here it says 404 error because no, we have not written any files, neither the servlet nor the HTML also. So what we will do is we will go back to this folder, and in this folder we will try to where is it? Yes, we will try to create a new file and then a notepad, and we will create an HTML. We'll create an HTML file. I'm not writing a body part. Sorry, I'm not writing the head part and title, so and so things. I'm just starting with the body tag itself. So here, what we will do is we'll just in h1 tag, we will say this is home page. We will say this is home page, and let us save this with the name as index.html. So now we have the index.html file. Now let us refresh this part. You can find that this is homepage has been displayed. Though we have not provided any file name, that is, for example, index.html. So because web pages will consider index.html, index.jsp, index.php, all these files as will consider all these files as what do you call as default files. Now, so this is the index page. Now we will go back to the home directory, and in the home directory we will now try to create another what do you call HTML file, and let us give the name as student. Sorry, let us give the name of this file as form. So I have already created this form over here. Let me show you what it has. This form page contains, let's say, login page, and then so this page HTML page contains what do you call a login, and then we have a form tag. This form tag uses username, password, two two input fields. One is with the type text, the other one is type password. And then we are trying to create a button for submission. Now let us run this file. So to run this file, I will have a local host with my port number on which colon, followed by port number on which my server is running, and then my student app. After that, we will have okay, just a second. Let me remove this part from the action. Okay. Now the file name is form.html. Now, can you see the form being displayed? So this was a basic form here. Now what I'll do is I will type the ABC as the username, then something as the password. I'll just click login. It is nothing is happening because we have not provided any action form. So now what we will do is we will try to go back to our form part. In the actions, in the action attribute, you will have slash the application folder. In this case, the application folder is student app, my student app. Then let us go to the what do you call our what do we say, our web.xml file. So inside web hyphen what do you call inf, we will open the web.xml file. This web.xml file, this web.xml file has my servlet. Let me give the name as my form servlet, and all the places I'm giving my form servlet. That is the servlet name, as well as servlet class, as well as our servlet URL pattern mapping. So now URL pattern is slash my servlet. So I will copy this from here. Let me save this file, and then let us go back to the form, what do you call, the HTML. Now here, very first thing you will have slash my student app, that is the folder name, and we will paste it here. So that is that this data, whatever user will type, will go to my form servlet. Okay, so this will be our action part. So action we are actually calling my form servlet. Let me save this what do you call forms part, and then let us start the web server. Let us reload the web server, and then go. Just a second, it's still reloading. Let me restart the server once more. I have reloaded it, and then let us go back over here, refresh the what do you call our page, and then just type ABC, or I mean whatever username password. I'll just say login. Now we will be getting some error. Now this error says that my form servlet class is not present. Now we will go back to our what do you call classes folder, and then we will try to write my form servlet class. So in our web, in our what do you call my student app folder, inside this folder, you will find web-inf. Inside that, you will have to create classes. So inside this class, we will create the servlet. Now, this servlet, very first thing is it will have import java.io star, that is asterisk, import java x dot servlet dot asterisk, and then import java x dot servlet dot http dot asterisk, that is the whole package. Then we will have public class. What was the name? I suppose it was my form servlet. So just let me remove this what do you call the slash there, and then this will do what? Extends http servlet. I have created this class and opened and closed it. Now what we will have is we will have the what do you call we need to now have public void, let's say do get method. Inside this do get method, the very first thing what we will have is the http servlet request, let's say req, and then next one will be http servlet response, let's say res. So we will open this method, close this method. Now inside this method, the very first thing is we need to handle the exception. So let's open try, close the try, and we will have catching all the exceptions. Catching all the exceptions part. Now, in this one, let us have what do we call ex.print stack trace. Just open the method and close. That will not take any arguments. Now, this is our method created. And this method, what is the purpose of this method? Let me first, before doing anything, proceeding further, let me just save this file with the name as myform servlet.java. Let me close this one. I'll remove this part, new file, and then let us edit the Java file. Now, what is the purpose of this Java file? The purpose of this Java file is whenever a user fills something in the login page and clicks login or submits the data, it has to go to this servlet, and from the servlet has to retrieve the values. So for that, what we will do is we will try to take a string. Let us say str underscore, let us say user, which we are trying to retrieve, equal to req, which is request dot. Here we will be using get parameter as the method. Get parameter. Inside this get parameter, we need to have within double quotes the name of the parameter. What is the name of the parameter? We need to go to the we need to go to the classes. Let us open the form.html file. In this form.html file, you can see that we have what you call for the username, we have uname as the parameter. That is the name there. And for password, we have pw as the name. So let us come back to our program over here, and then we will pass uname for user, and then let us say string str, let's say pass underscore pass. Here we will say req dot get parameter. Now, which parameter over here? It's the password. So password has the name of the control is pwd. So we will use pwd in the get parameter field. So we will have pwd. Now, next thing what we will do is we will simply try to output the result or send the result back to the the user. So we will use out.println, but this out has to be defined. It's an object. Out is an object. So within the try block, the first statement I will have is print writer. That's a class in Java. Out equal to, since we have to send the response, it will use res, which is a response object. Res dot get writer. Not take any arguments. Get writer. Now we will be able to use this out.println statement. In this out.println statement, what we will do is we will simply try to output what we have retrieved as part of the username. So we will not have double quotes. We will just simply pass the variable which we have. Then again, we will also output the, what do we have here? Str password. And then let us close this file. Now let us save this file, and let me compile this file so that we get the we have the class created for it. Now I'll just open the another command prompt, and within the command prompt, I'm having Apache Tomcat in program files, Apache Tomcat. I will not go to bin, I will go to web apps. Inside web apps, I'll go to my student app. Inside my student app, web-inf, and inside this I will have classes folder. So inside this classes folder, if you look at it, I am having my form.servlet Java file. So I need to compile this file. So what I will do, I will use Java C and I space hyphen star dot Java. I mean, you can use individual file name, but I'm using star.java because all the Java classes will be compiled. Whatever Java files are there, all the files will be compiled. So when I'm compiling it, I think there is no errors here, and I have what you call Java my form servlet.class file created. Now what we will do is we will now go back and then reload the what you call my student app. This one we will try to reload it because every time you compile a servlet, you have to reload that. So it has it reloaded and it's saying true. Now, if there is some problem in the servlet or in the Java code, once you reload it, what happens is if there is any error, it will say false. Now, right now there is no error, so it's giving us true. Now, let us go back. Let me refresh this page. Now, I'll just try to add the username as ABC and password as something XYZ. And once I click this login, are you able to find the result here? That is, what is this? ABC and XYZ displayed. Are you getting it? So we have not done anything great here. We have just retrieved the username and password, what user has typed, and then we have displayed it or sent that as a response back to the user. Now, why do you think we have not used any BR tags over here? In our servlet, whatever servlet we have it over here, have we used any BR tag, break tags? We have not used any break tags. But even though when we have not used break tags, it is displaying on the two different lines. Now, what might be the reason? No. Println will not, HTML browser does not understand println. That is why we have to specifically use what do you call break statements or break tags. Now here, when we have written this what do you call form dot this out.println, we are just passing the text here. The web browser is not interpreting this as an HTML because we don't have any of the HTML tags there. So it is just interpreting as a normal text. So Chrome is a little smart. So it tries to find out what is the text. Now here in this case, I mean, it's not text type is not HTML. So it's interpreting as to be a normal, and even the /n is getting interpreted as a new line character. So anyway, let us not bother about this part. Let us come back to our program. Now, what actually is the purpose of this program, of the login page, what we have written and servlet we have written? Our purpose is when user types in username and password, we need to check whether it is correct. And based upon that, we need to, give some access to some field. Not fields. We need to give access to some of the, what do you call, pages in this. So what do you think we can, how do you think we can go along? What we will do is, instead of outputting these things, I'll just comment these two, what do you call, statements here. So once I comment these two statements, what I will do is, I will try to use an if statement. If str underscore user, I'll say dot equals. Now I'm just trying to hard code the username over here. Let us say username is ABC and str underscore pass dot equals. Equals isn't the thing, but it's just a method which is used on string to compare whether the two strings are equal or not. Equals, let's say the password as let's say xyz. Let us say the password as ABB. It's much easier for me to type, and close the equals method as well as the if statement. Now, if this is true, that is, if user has entered username which is ABC and has entered the password as AAA, then I should give him some access. So right now what we will say is, we will say that we will just give the output as, let me copy this out println. We will just say the output as success. Now, then else, what do we say? Else, let's say, what do you call, let us give over here as, let's say, failed. Okay, let's say failed. Now let us save this file and let us compile it once more. Any changes you make, you have to compile it, then go back to the, what do you call, where is this? Okay, here itself, the manager, and you need to reload your application, reload it. Now it is true, so everything is working fine. Let me go back to the form and just I will type AB something and some password. We can say it's displays failed. Are you getting it? Then suppose if I type the ABC as the correct some password, again it says failed. Let me go back and type the correct one, that is the password is AAA, and once I log in, I am getting the result as success. Okay, so far now what we have done till now is that we have just defined the what do you call, just checked whether username and password is correct or not. Now what we will do is, here I will try to create some of the statements which may have, what do you call, let's say we need to define the output in HTML format. So I'll just add some few of the HTML tags here, that is starting with HTML, and second one, let me have the body tag. Let me have the body tag here. I'll just copy this body part, and then at the end, after closing the if and else part, I'll just close the body part. Then let me close the HTML also, so that the browser understands that this is an HTML, what do you call, HTML data which is coming. Let us make this as H2 header. Success we will display with H2, and this part also we will display with H2. Now let us try to compile this program once again, and then after compiling, let me come back over here, and then let us reload the web page, and then I'll provide the correct password. It says success. Now this output is an HTML form. Suppose if I provide some other user, it says failed. Now so far I think you people are clear with this. Now we still have some 5 to 10 minutes left. Now we will do some sessions part inside this page itself. So what we will do is, we will try to create a session inside this form, my form servlet itself. Now for creating sessions, we need to use what do you call, a class known as HTTP sessions class. HTTP session class. Let's define the object as SESS. Just let me give a space here. So, SESS, and then session is with respect to the request. So we will use req.get session. SESS. SESS will now have the current session, get session. And then what we will do is, we will not bother about the failed part. If it is failed, login is failed, we will not create a session for it. So whatever session part is, we will display within the if condition, that is if login is successful. So what I'll try to do it is, what I'll try to do it is, I'll have this, what do you call, out.println part, and then this statement. Inside this statement, now we will see what is the session created. So very first thing is we will try to look at the session ID. Now I'm using plus, which is a concatenation operator, and then you will find we will use SESS dot get I is capital D for the session ID. It will not take any arguments. Sorry, where were we? Here. Now I'll just copy this part, the statement. In the next line, we will try to access creation time. These are the important things. That is, I'm just trying to show you. Now, this method will be get, what do you call, creation time. The method is get creation time. C is capital for creation, and time T is capital for time. And then in the next statement, we will also have access last accessed time. Let's say last accessed time. Now this method we have is get last accessed time. L is capital here for last access, A is capital for access, time T is capital. Let us compile this, and then let me save this and let me compile it. Let us go back to our page. I will just try to reload the application. Once it is reloaded, I'll just provide some false. There is no session. We are not handling sessions right now. It says failed. If I provide the correct this one, it says success, and then we have the session ID now. Now this is getting displayed on the same line. Everything is getting displayed on the same line because this data is interpreted by the web browser as an HTML data. So let us go back, and what I'll do is I will try to append plus append a string which is nothing but br tag in the output. So I'll just copy all this thing from here, though I mean H2 doesn't matter because it starts with the next line itself, and all the three places I'll just paste it. I'll just save it, and then I'll have to compile it again. Let us reload this class, and then let me just refresh it. You can find that everything is printed on different lines. Now, very important thing over here is you can find that this is the creation time. Every time this is a unique ID which will be created. Now here you can find that it is a, what do you call, the creation time. Last access time will be different. For the first time it will be same. The subsequent refreshes will be different. So for example, if I refresh it again and again, you can find that session ID will remain the same, creation time remains the same, last access time will change. Now what we will do is I'll just try to open another web browser. I'll do it in incognito mode, and here we will go from the form itself. What was that? Form.html. Now let me use ABC and provide the correct password. Now are you able to see the what do you call the difference here? Now I've just minimized this. Now what happened is this is a different session, and I'm using another browser in incognito mode, and I have accessed the web page or the servlet. You can find that we have a different session created. So what the server is trying to think right now is that there are two different users logged in. So for every, because since the web browser itself is different, it will try to think that different user has logged, trying to access the web application, and session IDs are created differently. But suppose if I try to in the same way, a window, suppose if I try to access what do you call form.html, This is the same Chrome. I'm not opened incognito. And then here also I'll just provide. Are you able to find that in both? This also, the session ID is same. Here also session ID is same. Now, since I have opened in the same browser, the web server understood that it is from the same user. But since I am doing it with incognito mode, it is assuming that I'm from the different machine. So that is why always remember that every time user logs in, user accesses, it will create that session. So for every user sitting on a different client, they will have different sessions. Or sitting on a different web browsers, they will have different sessions. So this is the what do you call how to retrieve session, how to access sessions, how to retrieve sessions. Now we still have some more time. What I think we still have how much time do we it's left out? Still have some 15 minutes, around 15 minutes. Let me try to cover up some other. Let us move further and cover up the what do you call not the cookies, not the cookies one. Inside this what do you call sessions itself. Just let me close this incognito, and what we will do is I will try to create a link within. Once the user has logged in, I'll try to create a link here. That link, let us create it here itself after the out what do you call print out. We will use print ln, and in this one I'll try to use an href tag, and this href tag, what I'll try to do is I will have the link as I need to use the application name, my student app as the application slash, and we will try to create a new servlet. Let's say what is that? SCR serve SCRV servlet. Let me say my servlet, and this my servlet. What we do is we will just say click here, and then let me close the anchor tag, as well as let me add a br tag over here itself. Let me save this one and recompile this part. Okay, I have forgot the semicolon over here, so let me put up a semicolon. Let's save this part, and let me where is it? Yeah, let me compile once more. I don't have any errors right now. Let me quickly reload the page, and then let us refresh this part. I don't want to go back, go out and come back again. I just refreshed it. Now you can see that there is a link created. So once we have logged in, this link page will be shown. Now when I click this link, this servlet I have not defined. So let me quickly go back and define the servlets part. So I'll just copy this my servlet, the form servlet, just name it as my servlet, and then .java should be there. I'll just try to open this one and edit it. What I will do is here I need to change the name of the servlet. My servlet is the name. I'll create sessions, but I will not retrieve this username and password because I'll have to create a session, access the session part. Now I'll not have all this if conditions, because I know I have already logged in. But what we will do is we will have an out statement, out.println statement, and let us tell that in h1 tag, let us say that this is confidential page. This is confidential page. So if you are logged in, only then you will be able to access this page. Let me save this file. Nothing else. I've just did my servlet and use the out.sessions. So this is confidential page, and then let me compile this. So I have now all the files created, but what I need to do it is I need to change the web.xml file, and let me copy the entire block of servlet and servlet mapping tag. And here my the servlet is my servlet, class name is also my servlet. Here also I'll just change my servlet, and we will have /my servlet. That is the URL pattern. Let us save this. That is why in this file we had used anchor my student app / this /my servlet is the URL pattern. Now let us quickly come back over here, reload the what you call our this one, and then over here let me refresh this, and I'll just try to click it. You can find that the servlet is now, there are two servlets we have written now, and we have moved to two different. So I mean we are accessing with two different servlets. Now just let me go back from the login page itself. Now I will have ABC, some other login, it failed. It says failed. If I have ABC, then the correct password, it says success. Look at this ID, it is created. The creation time is also there. This ID is 78 and ends with F3. And then when I'm clicking, click here, this one. And here also I'm handling the sessions. You can find that session ID will be same. Are you getting it? Session ID will be same. Why? Because session ID has already been created. The session has already been created, and same ID will be used throughout this application, the entire application. Now this session, once created, can be accessed from any servlet, as well as can be accessed from any JSP page also. Are you getting that? Now in this is confidential page. What I will do is I will go back and I'll remove this last part, that is click here, which is appearing again. Let me save this. Let me compile this one, and then let me reload this part, and then just refresh it. You will find that it is the same ID, but click here is not available. So what we have seen in this class is we have seen logging, a form. From that login form, we have created a servlet. That servlet will check whether the username password is entered correctly or not. And then if it is entered correctly, we are creating its session, and that session we are trying to retrieve the ID of the session, time of the session, and then we have created a link also. By clicking that link, we will go to some other servlet which says it's a confidential servlet or confidential page. Now, since we had login part and session was created, we need to invalidate the session, or we need to deactivate the session, because session was initiated, or we started handling sessions once the user was properly authorized. So user has to log off. So in that case, we will have to end the session. Now there is no time to show that part of the sessions, ending the sessions. I'm just closing this presentation part over here. Now if you have questions, any questions so far, just try to yeah, somebody asked me session destroy. Yes, session will be destroyed. We have in two ways. If explicitly we can invalidate the session, that is, we can use a logout part to invalidate the session. There we will use invalidate as the method, and we will have sess dot invalidate, open the bracket and close the bracket, so that the session gets destroyed. Or what happens is, in the web.xml file, we can provide the timeout. By default, web server has a timeout of 30 minutes, but we can change explicitly, we can provide the timeout there. Any other doubt? Sir, can you please share the recorded video of this class? Definitely. I'm just trying to compile from what do you call different different times I have taken this one, but in one class I forgot to record, so that class might not be available. I'll share these videos, but before this I just wanted to discuss something with you people, since most more than half of the class is there. These 1 hour of these classes, I'm not able to digest this 1 hour of these classes. It's very, what do you call, I'm feeling very compact. I just can take only one topic. That topic also I cannot, fundamentally theoretical part can be done, but not programming. Are, so I need more time. So are you people ready to join the class in the evening from 3 o'clock? Okay, it's okay, no problem, no problem. Very good, very good, fine. Then what we will do is, are you free today 3 o'clock? Okay, then we will continue today. I mean, I can't say how many hours, because I have just now started sessions. So I will at least, what do you call, 1.5 hours, at least 1.5 hour time. Okay, so we will meet. Yes, yes, that is what I wanted to show. That can we access the servlet if we use Hefner in the web without login? Yes, yes, you can access right now. You can access. You can access right now. So that is what I wanted to cover with what you call with the attributes. We will be able to protect this. We will only be able to access the what do you call I will take up in the today evening class your doubt. Shehri, some person has asked this. Can we access the servlet if we use my student app session my servlet in the web browser without login? Yes, currently, if without logging, if you do it, you will be able to access it. So that is what I want to. I'm still in sessions. I have not completed it. I will be showing in the evening. So today evening 3 o'clock we will meet, and I will show you how to protect it. Okay. So today evening 3 o'clock we will meet it from the same ID. Thank you very much. Please join the next class or whatever the following class we have it. We will see. Let me see you in evening today 3 o'clock. Thank you very much. students.